What's going on, everybody? Rob A here, and today we're taking a look at Transformers Robots in Disguise Stormshot. Now, this is part of the Combiner 4 series, and you guys may have already seen this dude. He may be totally old hat, but I have not seen him before yesterday when I picked him up at my local Target. He is part of the Combiner Force series of Warrior class figures, and as far as I can tell, he's a completely new mold, which is pretty awesome. I'm not familiar with the character he's based on, if he is based on a character from the show, because full disclosure, I haven't watched past like season 1 of Robots in Disguise, so I'm a little late to the game, so I apologize there. But I'll hopefully be able to take a look at how he is as a figure in any case. So he looks pretty fun on the outset here. I mean, it looks like he's got a decent jet mode and a cool looking robot mode on the back here. We can see, of course, images of his robot and vehicle mode. There you go. And, of course, the instructions. My packaging is a little busted up. This was the only one they had on the shelf. As a matter of fact, this was the only Robots in Disguise figure they had at all. So I was pretty lucky that it was one I did not previously have. Looks like he's got some kind of weird thing going on here. I'm not sure exactly what that is. Oh, it looks like his gun splits into two weapons. That's actually really cool. As well as that, it looks like he actually does a really good job of integrating his Autobot scan code onto his robot mode, which is also a nice touch. Cool image. So without further ado, I'm just going to go ahead and get this guy open, and we're going to check him out right now. Alright guys, so here is Stormshot in his vehicle mode, and as you can see, he's a pretty nice jet. I actually, I like the color scheme. I just think it's bright, it's nice and colorful. It's very simple as well, and I think we really could have stood to get some more blue along the sides of the front of the jet here. But other than that, it's really cool. You can see he's got some big intakes on the front here. And those are just the robot arms. You can really just see the robot just kind of crunched up underneath there. The head does need to be facing out in order to transform this guy. If you turn it around, you won't be able to. His face actually gets in the way of the whole cockpit section coming down flush with that. So unfortunately, that's just kind of the way it's got to be. Unless I did it incorrectly. And we can try that during the transformation, but we'll, I did give it a shot while I was transforming this guy around before. But yeah, pretty cool. It's got some ports here on the underside of the vehicle mode to plug in the weapons if you so desire. So you can plug them in just like that. The weapon does split apart to become this little kind of cool pistol looking thing, and then this larger sort of shotgun-esque weapon, and they both have tabs on the sides here, so you can of course plug those in under each wing. Should you so desire, you could plug it in under the front here if that's more your style. And of course we've got one on the back of the jet as well, so you can plug that in on top if that's what you prefer, or even have it maybe facing backwards. Yeah, it's actually kind of cool. So you have those options. We'll just pull these off for now, put them off to the side. And transformation, because it is a Robots in Disguise figure, is very simple, and it's pretty cool. So we're just going to go ahead and start by untabbing the arms from the legs here, and then we're going to go ahead and open these bits up. And very much like a Combiner Wars jet, we're just going to bring these down and just do like that. And you can kind of see there are some tabs or some slots on the insides of the knees, and those are going to peg onto these tabs here. Just got to get them lined up. There you go. And those are lined up, and then you can separate the legs and flip the feet forward just like that. The arms, I'm just going to flip the hands out There we go, like that. And now the rear section of the plane is actually going to pull back like so, and then the wings are going to swing back like this, and then the cockpit section is going to swing forward like this, and then it's all going to tab right onto the back. So I think that's a pretty nice solution, actually. Very elegant solution, and it does create a very nice slim backpack profile that I quite like. It does put just this big, huge blob of white on his back, but you know, you can't have everything. So just to give it one quick try here, we're going to turn his head around. And like I said, I already did this, but you know, just in case I missed something. So his head does just swivel around. You can see it's just hollow in the back there. It is on just a swivel. He has a neck, so it makes it look like he could look up and down, but unfortunately, no, that is not the case. So we're gonna pull this back again, accordion all this out like we did before, and now we're gonna go ahead and bring this down. You can see that this joint right here actually ends up hitting his chin, his robot chin, and then the head crest hits the top as well. So it's just not doable, unfortunately. So yeah, what are you gonna do? There we go. So he does have his face showing in vehicle mode, but it's not the end of the world. It is, you know, at the end of the day, it is just a robots in disguise figure, so it's not that crazy. You can't ask too much of it. But you do get quite a nice looking robot out of the deal. And here he is, of course. Some nice articulation. He's got shoulders, can actually go up about that far and get some good rotation out of that. He does have a bicep swivel. He does have a decent elbow joint there. His wrist can go in and out a little bit. Just due to transformation, he does have ball jointed hips. No waist articulation, which is unfortunate. I think he probably could have gotten away with that if you really wanted to, but I understand because it does plug in up here, it would kind of limit that. But again, not the end of the world. But like I said, he does have those ball jointed hips and the thigh swivel and a nice knee bend there. So you can get some fairly decent poses out of this guy. You can also bend his toes back a little bit, just again due to that transformation. So you do have that going on, and I just think he looks kind of cool. He's got very stoic head sculpt, and I do like the visor and the head design. I think it looks pretty neat. His shoulders can also actually go back a little bit, and I think that's partly for vehicle mode. You're supposed to bring these back a little bit just to keep the intakes kind of flush with the underside of the jet, but you can bring them forward for robot mode as well, so you can kind of wiggle his arms back a little bit, which is cool. You can get some, you know, wider stances with that, and of course he can hold his weapons. Just plug that in there. You plug that in there. And there you go. And of course, because of the vehicle mode, he can also store the weapons on his back, which is kind of cool. And you could even probably, you know, sneak the smaller gun into this port and like hide it on his back a little bit, John McClane style. We'll try it out. We'll see what we get. Pop it back there. Yeah, you can kind of sneak that back there. Just keep it not quite flush there, and you can have this sort of standby weapon ready to go. Reach back and kind of grab it. So you got that going on. There we go. But yeah, I mean, overall, it's actually quite a nice warrior class figure. Like I said, I do like the color scheme. I know it's kind of pretty basic, but I just think it's bright, it stands out, and he looks just kind of nice. I like the, this is kind of a metallic paint they did for his blue here. And it matches the sort of metal flake they used in the plastic. So I definitely like that. I also like the kind of the bright red that really pops against the blue and the white. So I don't know. I just like the color scheme, and I think overall it's a pretty solid figure. You know, again, I don't know anything about the character, or if the character is even in the show, or if this is just kind of a standalone for the toy line, or if it's a character that's coming in a future season of Robots in Disguise. But overall, pretty solid figure, and I definitely like it. It's definitely worth your time. So that's going to do it for this review, guys. I want to thank you so very much for watching. As always, if you enjoyed the video, please hit that like button. It really does help me out. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more. I'll have more Transformers coming real soon, so stick around for that. And in the meantime, thanks again for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.